Back. So I didn't actually think that I was going to go live today. My skin has been taking me through it for the past week, but I'm here. And I would like to apologise for the rather abrupt ending to my last stream. Turns out I accidentally had a little bit of a nip slip, and by nip slip I mean I fully exposed a tit. So obviously I had to end the stream rather abruptly and scrub all evidence of that off the internet. But I'm back, and we are finally going to finish the joggers that have taken 3 whole streams at this point. But they will be finished today. They will be finished today. So, should we have a little look where we're up to with them? Out of the way. So, these are here. They are so nearly done. I just have to sew up the crotch, take them in at the waist, and add on the waistband. I was originally going to add some pockets, but I can't be arsed. And my shit will just fall out the pockets anyway, so yeah. Not really big on that whole idea, because the amount of phones that I've smashed by putting them in my pocket, don't want to repeat that. So, what I'm going to do today is, first things first, I'm going to just jump right in. And I'm going to try these on inside out. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to show you how we'll decide how much we're taking on the waist. Okay? So give me 2 seconds to just strip off. This time off camera, unlike my last stream, where it's very much on camera. Hey Jess, thank you so much for coming! I hope you like your leather jacket. It's actually crazy. So I have the best charity shop in the world near me, like literally at the bottom of my road. And Jess sent me a message the other week. She was like, please, next time you're in the charity shop, we have a look out for some leather jackets for me. Just a leather jacket for me. And I was like, sure, no thing. So that day, I literally go to the charity shop. And so, in fact, I've got the exact same one of this vintage leather jackets. I'll get you mine. So she wanted a black, like, trench one. Found that one. And then I found the exact leather jacket that I've got. And I was like, you need this one because it's fucking incredible. So I'll show you the one that I found. It'll be here somewhere. Look, how gorgeous is this? And when I say it's the exact same one, it's literally the exact same one. And it is so fucking nice. And I can't believe it was the same day that she was like, can we go to the shop? So I was like, I told you that I have the best charity shop. And that is facts. So anyway, I'm going to try on the joggles. Joggles? The joggers. I'll be back in a sec. Right, so what you're going to do is you're going to try them on inside out, okay? Okay, so... And we're going to get some pins. And you're going to pull them up to where you want them to be. So I think I want it to come into the waist around there, I think. So if I pinch both sides, this is roughly how much I want taken in. So, okay. I'm going to pin up the sides here. On one side and one side only. So it's like that. And I'm not going to repeat it on the other side, otherwise you won't be able to take the trousers off. And if you can't take them off, then you can't adjust them and you can't sew them. I'm sure you can figure out why that's an issue for the task at hand. So let me slip these off camera. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I'm back. So, switch the cutting board. Move this out of the way. Pop that there so we can see what's going on. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. So, Oh, I just had a McDonald's and it was the most underwhelming McDonald's of my life. But now I'm like really dehydrated because I've just filled my body full of salt. Also, the only thing I really wanted from McDonald's was chocolate milkshake, and as I'm driving off, they gave me fucking banana. Why? And they've definitely changed the batter of the chicken selects, and I'm not pleased with it. I'm a McDonald's connoisseur, and they fucked it. Absolutely fucked it. And they've got rid of the sorry, this is more important than the upcycling. They've got rid of the, what was it called? It's been that long, I can't even remember what it's called, but it's my absolute favourite. I have two go-to things. Chicken selects, and it was the chicken legend. Cool mayo. Oh my god, it was so good. They took it off the menu about a year ago, then they brought it back by popular demand, and now they've changed it, now they've replaced it with something else, and it's shit. So yeah, I'm not happy about that. Butter has definitely changed. Right, okay, back. Now I've had my little McDonald's rant, back to the cutting board. So, this is the portion of the broadcast where I go live on TikTok and receive abuse. So I'm going to do that now whilst we do this. So, what we're going to do here is we pin this side. We're going to, well, what you would do if your waistband didn't already fit. But the waistbands that I've got, I've taken from my sister's joggers. And I love her, but also curse her because she's a lot skinnier than I am. So, there is no material for me to take in on this waistband. So I'm just going to apply the waistband to the top here to see how much I need taken in. So if I fold the waistband in half. And now I'm going to fold these in half. And I'm going to lay it out like that. So, if anything, that by the time I've taken in that waistband, it's exactly the same. So that works out well for me. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So that saves me a bit of sewing. So all that is left now is mark on the other side using a fabric pen where I'm going to be taking this in. Hello, everyone on TikTok. Come over to Twitch if you want to get a full view of the sewing project. So I'm just going to draw a line here, all the way down. So this is where the new, and I obviously want that to join up with the normal edge at some point. But I'm going to make that angle slightly more pronounced. Draw that out. And I'm going to readjust those pins, that new. Make sure you don't pin the other side to itself. I'm just going to pin this here. That. Another one there. And the rest of our pins. Oh, thank you. That room gives converted milk. Yeah, it's like an old industrial building. It's really cool. There's some like old forklift operator switches on the side. Very vintage. So I'm just pinning along here so I know where I'm going to be sewing the new edge on. And then I'm going to look on the other side. I'd love to have like an old, because I'm from Manchester and they have loads of old mills and like red brick buildings. I'd love to have like a big converted loft for an old mill. That'd be the dream. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. If I can get this twitching thing to take off. Oh, you've lived my dream. You've lived my dream. So Hevs on TikTok says she's lived in an old mill in Greater Manchester last. That is literally my dream. So, which area of Manchester was it in? Sounds like Ancoatsy. It's funny because now Ancoats in Manchester is like a big upcoming area. And my mum said that when she was growing up, when she was like in her 20s and stuff, if she went out to town and you'd park in Ancoats, like leave your car there, if someone came up to you and was like, give me a fiver and I'll look after your car, you gave them a fiver, otherwise it'd come back with like slashed tyres. Oh, yeah, Stockport, that's where I'm from. Have you been to Pear Mill, the vintage place in Stockport? That's like a big converted old mill, and it's got like so much cool vintage stuff. It's amazing. Oh, it's my good friend Lou's asshole. Nice to have you back on one of my live streams. It's always a pleasure. Okay, so what I'm just gonna do on here is I'm mark. So I'm just folding that over here. Yeah, see, oh, you have been to Pear Mill. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? So, yeah, Lou's asshole. I'm not going to tell you whereabouts in Stockport I live because with someone with that username, I'd be quite scared that you'd turn up at my house. Yeah, that's a no from me. Sorry. So I'm just drawing that line. Then I'm going to pin it on the other side, and then we can sew it. And then you know what? I'm excited to see these done, but also they've taken so much longer than they should have done. Right, I'm going to put that to the side now. I'm going to open these out fully. Go over to Twitch and you'll get a better view. Yeah, we are friends, dearest Lou's asshole. My good friend. Okay. Now that side's pinned, I'm going to turn over to this side and pin this side. So lay that flat. Find some. The full tutorial for this will be up on my YouTube channel at some point, so make sure you subscribe to that so you don't miss out. And if you want to see this live, because I'm about to move over to the sewing machine in a second and you won't be able to see it, make sure you come over to Twitch. The link is in my bio. It's like a live stream platform. Um, I'm not dating at the moment. Sorry, Lou's asshole. I am very flattered though. Okay. Hey. Right, I'm going to head over to the sewing machine now. So this is where you should come over to Twitch if you want to be able to see that. Because, in fact, I can turn this over. Let me try and make this work. Oh, I'm liking my own stream. How do I turn this round? I'm such a boomer. Oh no, I'm just liking my stream here. How do I? Am I such an idiot? Can you not turn it round once you're in here? Oh dear. Okay. The only thing I can think is if I try and put it on the other side of the sewing machine. Let me try that. I'm experiencing some technical difficulties. Uh, as usual. So you won't be able to really see the sewing machine. What I mean about needing to come over to Twitch. Okay, as per usual, no one is joining me on the live because that would be weird. I'm going to switch over to the sewing machine. And then I'm just going to sew this on an extra wide stitch for now. So it's just easy to unpick if I go wrong, but I'm hoping I won't do. Hey! Come over to Twitch if you want to see the full finished look. Okay. I'm finding it hard to position this and not knock anything off the table. Thank you for the likes, guys. Do you know what? I've TikTok sent me a notification thing saying that they've got like a new live studio, so I might try and see if I can set up my sewing thing properly on there at some point. We'll see. We will see. Okay. So I'm just trying to join up the stitch line with the stitch line that I've already done in a way that isn't going to leave like a big bump. Otherwise, it's going to leave like a pointy angle in the side of the joggers, and you don't want that because it will look a mess. Okay. That first side is done. Get the scissors, trim the excess. I'm just gonna have a quick look on the chopping board, see what that looks like. Right, what do we think? That does not look very neat. Oh well. It does not matter. Okay. Right, we'll do the other side, and then this is why we did it a long stitch, because if it goes wrong, we can just unpick it. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. I'd really appreciate it if you have Twitch, if you come over and follow me, because I'm trying to get to affiliate by the end of my first month, and that would just be, I'd really appreciate anyone that follows me on there. I've got like 26 followers, so kind of a big deal. All 26 followers, who wants to be my 27th? I'm also going to start doing some gaming content on there. I have learnt to game. I've been playing Skyrim, and I've been somewhat addicted to it. I mean, I played it like once in the past week, but it was awesome. And I beat it. I beat the big boss. It was a big dwarven boss lord thing. Very proud of myself. And I'm also going to do some cosplay on there, so make sure you come over to Twitch and follow me. Okay. I haven't seen any of your TikToks for a while. You're very talented. Oh, thank you. I've had to take a bit of a break. A bit of like a mental health thing, kind of get my shit together, level up my transition game. So hopefully my content is going to be a lot better now. That's the idea anyway. Okay, let me bring you back over here, TikTok. Ooh. So we on. And back to the cutting board on Twitch. So that side looks good. That side does not. Does not look good at all. So this is going to need a slight tweak on this side, I think. But just to make sure that transitions like my reflect before and afters. This particular upcycling, I know I said this last time, but it's got the sickest transition. And if I can pull it off, it'll be my best transition so far. Okay, right. I'm gonna disappear off camera. So I'm currently making some joggers out of a load of old joggers and a load of old jumpers. So they're like some wide leg trouser jogger pants things. They're very cool. So if you would like to see, hello Yak with Jack. If you would like to come and see the rest of this finished project, come over to Twitch. The link is in my bio, and you can watch the full live stream with the full view of the sewing machine and the cutting board. But thank you very much for coming to see my little live stream on TikTok. I very much appreciate it, and I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you. Bye. Okay, it's just us now. It's just family. So Now I'm going to try these on inside out, make sure they still fit. And I'll be back in a second. So, let me just disappear for one moment. One memento. Do that. Okay, so this is what they're looking like on the waist. So I'm going to match these up to the waistband because they're still a tiny bit big, but I mean, it's not the end of the world, is it? Of course, always wear them a bit further down, like there. To be honest, that top bit will probably be cut off because it's too long. So I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to take them off. I'm going to put my other trousers back on, obviously off camera. No striptease is going on today. Okie dokie. So I'm going to lay that out on the cutting board. I'm going to see whereabouts that is up to with the waistband. Yeah, see, this is good. This is good. Because I reckon I'm going to get rid of like the top 3-4 centimetres. That's now that I've finished trying that on, I'm going to put my jumper on because one, we're unclear as to whether or not being able to see your nips through your top is a breach of terms of service, and also it's cold. And I got these like silicone nipple pad things, but to be honest, they just make me look like I've got massive nipples rather than not being able to see anything through my top, so they're not really much of an improvement. Uh, I don't know why this bump has appeared all of a sudden. And I want to get rid of like that top 2 centimetres. So I'm just gonna get my ruler from somewhere and mark that on. How's everyone's week gone? How's everyone else's week been? Mine has been a lot. I've had several breakdowns this week, mostly skin related. However, I did start hyperventilating on the Met today. Is one, I had no sleep, but also because I went past my former workplace, and I had PTSD flashbacks. So I marked that there. How to do this? How to do this? I go across. Down. The debate we're having is should I go straight across there, like that? Let me lay this out. This will answer the question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that up there, lay out the pants flat. Is anyone else in Christmas mode? I put up the tree with my mum tonight. Go listen to some songs, so now they're all in my head. I was trying to figure out which one is like the best poppy, newish Christmas, and I think it's decided it's underneath the tree. I am the ultimate authority on that, so if you disagree with me, you're just wrong. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. That was side because so I'm planning to take off 4 centimeters, but it would be 5 centimeters that I'm gonna take off, but I want 1 centimeter that I'm gonna sew onto the top. Well, actually, you can see here. I don't know. Yeah, 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. So if I want to take 5 centimeters off the top, I'm only going to take off 4 centimeters because I want to be able to sew on this waistband in a second. And now that I've done that, I'm going to mark on here where the end of this comes to. So it is there. Hint. Background. And this is why I'm so glad I was sensible enough to do that in a long stitch because it's going to make it so much easier to stick. Put up water. Also, there's going to be no Saturday live stream this week because it's my friend's birthday, so I'm going back to Leeds, where I went to uni. Oh, it's so unbelievably nice picking out long thread rather than. And then I'm trying to think. So not next week, but the weekend after. That is when I'm going to try and do my first cosplay stream. So in between now and then, I need to work out how to. I was gonna say edit wigs, but that's not style wigs. I need to learn how to style some wigs. And I think the first one that I'm gonna do is just Rabbit. I think. That, but I'm gonna make a mark here where I brought that down to. Oh, I just got hit by like a wave of tiredness. So the whole of last night, because I had this breakfast thing to go to with this company called Influencer. They've just released a new marketing app. So I went to this breakfast this morning and it was like 9:30. And because I've been doing this live streaming, it's like pushed my life schedule back by several hours. So I now have no routine. I get up somewhere between 10 and 12 instead of 6. So today, having to be in Manchester, which is at least half an hour away from where I am, via Metrolink, that was rather a rude awakening. Okay, first side unpicked. That wasn't too traumatic, was it? So the song of the day that I've got stuck in my head is by Lady Gaga, in case you wouldn't already tell. Also, I'm quite proud of myself because the reason I missed Tuesday's live stream was my skin was just like a mess. Like my eczema's been really going through it. I think because I've not been sleeping a lot recently, and also this time of year is just shit if you have like a skin condition because heating temperatures is not good. Like going from like cold outdoors to like essentially heating indoors is like the worst thing you can. So going through it, like I couldn't. It was so bad that I wouldn't have even be able to put makeup on. Like I couldn't even open my eyes, so I couldn't have. I couldn't even driven anywhere, even if I'd wanted. And I've been like, I've always been quite worried about no, going like without makeup on social media because people are fucking brutal and self esteem can't take it. However, today I just did like I took a photo of the night when my sister was like really day, and um like I think back to when I was a kid and sorry actually. So I had this dream when I was a kid that because I grew up watching America's Next Top Model and I had a dream probably when I was about 7 or something that I'd applied to go on America's Next Top Model and they turned me away because I had eczema. And I told my mum about the dream and she was like, "Good, that'll teach you to put your eczema cream on." How fucking savage is that? So but it's like everything was so heavily airbrushed and beauty culture was and like the beauty industry and stuff like that was even more toxic when I was growing up than it is nowadays. So I just think that if like normal skin becomes more normalized, then it's all around better for everyone. So what I've got to do is make a mark on the side where that thread's out from. Just so you remember where you're sewing up to next time. Oh, and I tried tofu. Well, a tofu burger for the first time this morning. It was actually very nice. Highly recommend. If you've ever come to Manchester, I recommend going to Warehouse for breakfast. It's really cool actually because in another life, like 5 years ago, oh, thread stuck on my false eyelash. But in another life, like 5 years ago, I went to the opening of GC Street Warehouse. It was really cool because each of the rooms was like hosted by like a drag queen, like a different drag queen, and there was like a signature cocktail. Like they opened up the top floor, and each one of the like penthouse suites had a different drag queen host and a different cocktail, and then they were having like performances like out on the balcony. And there was one performer that I remember was sick, and they did like it was almost looked a bit like Christina Aguilera. And when I saw Bimini on Drag Race season 2, UK RuPaul's Drag Race season 2, I was like, I am 90% sure that that is this Christina Aguilera looking performer that I saw at this party. And then in summer, I went all the way back through Bimini's Instagram for like 2 years, and it was like I found a picture of them saying that they were working that night. It's crazy. I saw Bimini before they were on Drag Race. I was gonna say I've seen Bimini perform in the flesh live, but I did last year at Pride as well. So I've seen Bimini up close and personal, within spitting distance, but also at Pride. And that definitely wasn't spitting distance. Okay, I'm actually gonna unpick the sides here because it's going a bit funny. But as we've established, that doesn't take too long. This long stitch. Oh my god, I swear to god, I'm probably gonna sew everything with a long stitch from now on. It makes life so much easier. Baby. Also, this week I've started editing my my first ever VOD, a recording of my first ever live stream. So I've started editing that. What else have I done? Oh, I've started editing my vlog for that Lisbon. There we go, Lisbon Web Summit trip at the start of this month, and I have over 120 gigabytes of footage, and that's before I've even like added any commentary, like editing commentary from this end. So you can imagine that's a lot to be getting through, and I was absolutely panicking because I have this hard drive and it's and my Mac has got the new USB-C thingies, like the really small little USB hole thingy. So I've had to have this like adapt thing on. Every time I move this external hard drive, it like unplugs itself. So when I was going to edit this footage, it was like beep beep beep, cannot process, and I was like, I swear to God, this best be a corrupted file because of this external hard drive and not because of my camera. Thankfully it was, but it means that I've had to spend another 80 quid on a freaking external hard drive. I'll hopefully get here tomorrow so I can do that. But it's funny, when I first got my external hard drive, someone sent me a message on Instagram like, you need to get another one and back it up, and I was like, I'll be fine, I will be fine. And then eventually when I could afford to, I got a second one. That's just my backup one. So I think this one's not fit for purpose, evidently, so that one's in. Then hopefully this bad boy one that's double the price of the one that I've ordered will actually protect my footage rather than destroying it all. Because imagine spending like 100 hours editing something just for the external hard drive to fuck up the footage. I would not be happy, to say the least. Also, if you have any cosplay ideas for me, I'm very open to hearing them. Also, gaming ideas. I like fantasy kind of things. So one of the ones that I'm thinking of doing is The Witcher 3. Because I actually started playing that like a year ago when I didn't know how to game at all, so it wasn't very enjoyable for me at all. So I played like 2 hours on it max. Didn't make it past like the beginner's entry thing. Whereas now that I've gotten to Skyrim, I'm really, really enjoying it. So I think when I go back and play The Witcher, I'll be much more into that. So if you have any ideas for me, I'll enjoy. I'm all ears. I need to spend some time actually on Twitch looking at the different categories and stuff. Games are liking. But there's just not enough hours in the day, you know? I'm busy. How much do we did this breakfast this morning? Like, what are the biggest challenges you face as a creator? And like trying to make all this content for like 1,000 different platforms. Like for some reason at the start of this month, not only have I just introduced Twitch into my life, I was like, let me start on LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn. I can't even find time to post on Instagram. I can't even find time to post on TikTok. That's my main bloody platform. So why I thought that I could throw LinkedIn into the mix, I do not know. I think it's because I left Web Summit. I was like, I'm so motivated. Take on the world. Right, there we go. Lovely. Why is one of these sides so much smaller than the other? Have I completely cocked that up? Possibly. But it's so long ago that we started making this now. I can't believe this project has taken so long. To be honest, I think this will look the best out of all my upcycling projects. For me anyway. And I'll get the most wear out of it. But in terms of actually doing it, it's not been that enjoyable. I must say. Right. That now against this. I thought I'd be done with this now, but as we all know, I've got an absolute shit sense of timings. So why I thought that I would be able to correctly assess how long something was going to take me, I do not know. Let's put it down to a delusional ego. Right. I'm going to pin this on here. Can you see that? Okay. So I'm just going to pin up here the new side. In fact, it would probably help if I drew some kind of line before I did that. Do we think? So when I get to the sewing machine, I can actually see well it. I'm going to do it with a pencil because it's still going to get cut off. It doesn't really matter. And if I get to the sewing machine and that purple pen is in fact, I can't even see that. I can't even see the pencil. That was an even worse idea than just using a purple pen. It's definitely going to run out at some point. So buy a new one. I'm so excited for bed tonight. As I said, I got no sleep last night. Like I did try to sleep. I like alternated between trying to sleep and just doing work because I was like, I'm so stressed. I'm such an insomniac. I feel like I waste like the whole day not being able to sleep. So I'm like, right, I need to go to sleep, and then I spent hours lying in bed awake at night trying to get to sleep, which stresses me out so much because I'm like, right, I've had no sleep. My skin is going to be so sore. So then I'm like, right, I need to get at least 5 hours sleep. So then I sleep in the morning to try and catch one of those 5 hours. And then I've lost 5 hours of the day. And then because I've only had 5 hours sleep, my skin's really sore, so then I have to have a salt bath. So that takes like an hour. And by the time I'm done that, like the day's gone, I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm more stressed and then I can't sleep. Okay, that first side is pinned up, looking nice. Check what that looks like on the other side. Delicious, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Check. Oh. I was like, why is this? I was like, why does one side look bigger than the other? And it's because it is. So last time, oh. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. So what I did last time that I didn't think that I'd done, so silly, is I adjusted one side of the crotch to fit, but I didn't adjust the other side. So when I thought that it was longer, it's because it was. Who would have thought? Okay, so I'm just going to get my clips out. And I'm going to pin that. I wish I would have checked this before. But you know, it's too... Okay, so I'm just going to pin that on there so I know how much needs taken in off there. It's okay, the situation could be salvaged. Just about. So I'm just going to pinch there and I'm going to have a look at the other side, see how much I took roughly. Doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to unpin everything that I've just done. I like wasting my time. And I'm just going to get those pins and I'm going to use them to pin in here. Good. And do you know what? I decided I was happy on the other side, didn't I? So I'm going to go on the other side and I'm going to cut off that excess. I don't know if, I think I already have cut off that excess given the fact that that's a zigzag shape. But it would have been helpful if I hadn't, because then I could have used it to work out how much needs taken in here. But it's done now, I guess. It's done. I love that for me, being so silly. Silly last time. I think, do you know what? I think my idea was last time I was like, oh, It's okay, I'll just do it off camera. I'll just do it off a live stream, and then I'll throw it all into a tutorial, and it'll be fine. But I did not anticipate my skin and then losing all those days of work. So that is the issue that I'm having. I could not predict this. I could not predict it. Good. Line. Yeah. You know what? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be. Right, I'm gonna sew that down. Quickly freehand, as we do on this channel. I'm gonna plug that in there. Okay. Oh, round there. Lovely. Okay, okay, just gonna cut that off. Right, now, when we repin it all, it should work, she says. Okay. I feel like the first hour of these sewing live streams is me just messing things up and correcting things. But at least we have a structure to these broadcasts. First hour is cock ups, second hour is fixing it, third hour is praying for it all to be over. Quickly and swiftly. I think with how long these have taken me to make, I'm gonna have to wear them every freaking week. You're gonna see these joggers so much. Okay. Why do they still look like one side is a lot bigger than the other? Why is that happening? Why do bad things happen to good people? So it's so annoying because like there is in my head there are two tasks to do: sew up the sides, well, three: sew up the sides, sew up the crotch, and add the waistband. This should not be taking this long. What can you do? Right, there we go. Okay, that looks like it fits. Okay, lovely. Right, that looks like it fits. Okay, I'm just gonna chuck a few pins in there. And then when it's on the flip it over to the other side, you'll be able to. Okay. Why has this side got such a dramatic difference? Do you know what? I don't care. As long as it's all sews up together, I will be happy. I've had a few people comment my Instagram. My Instagram. Does that look like it fits? No, that looks really wonky. How has this happened? I turn it over this side. But I'm going to take a break from that for a second and I'm going to sew up the crotch. And once I've sewn up the crotch, there'll be slightly more peace in the world and I will be significantly happier. Okay. I'm going to throw some more pins in the crotch. Pins in the crotch. Welcome to Emily's BDSM channel. You know what's so weird on TikTok? There's this whole, I wouldn't even say it's a whole genre because it's like multiple genres, but there's loads of like cooking video and like people like playing with slime, and I saw this guy like literally put his fist into a pool, and this woman was like, is this fetish content or is it not? And turns out everything on TikTok is all just fetish content. Some people have some really weird fetishes. But are all fetishes weird? Is that like a qualifying feature for a fetish? Does it have to be weird? I feel like it does, because fetish sounds like a weird word. I realise I probably should have cut that excess off before I got here. Oh, see, forgot to switch over to the cutting board, my bad. I'm just going to cut off this excess. And then I will be right back. I'm preferring these scissors recently. They just seem to get the job done a lot quicker. In my head, I was like, I'll be on live stream like an hour max. Get this done, and then I'll be off. But is anything ever that simple? No. Really scared I'm going to cut through the side here. That would be an absolute disaster. I would just cry. I think I've threatened tears on this live stream every single time, at least 6 times during the broadcast. I'm just a highly emotional person. Oh, I just stabbed myself with a pin. Right, we'll try again. We're done with that. Lovely. Okay. At least that's one less thing to stress about. So out of the 3 tasks that we had to do, one of them is now done. 2 left to go. And I've just realised I did switch over to the sewing machine again. I do apologise. What am I like? Not on the ball today. Ah! Oh god, I'm dropping things left, right, and centre. Dear. This is what my... Oh, that's my little thingy about my eczema. I'm just going to reply to these comments for a second. Oh, people are so nice sometimes. I forget how nice sometimes people can be on social media because of all the times that people are awful. Oh. Oh, bless. I feel like I've got a little eczema support community now. It's nice because I've never really talked about my eczema before, but it's nice to be able to connect with other people that know it. Because I'm quite lucky because I have my brother who also has eczema, so it's like he can relate to what it's like. But I think it's very hard if you've got no perception of what it's like. Let me just pop that in here. Oh god, I nearly said you're with an R instead of you are with the apostrophe. Oh, grammatical errors could never be me. But one thing that does really work for my eczema is salt baths. Okay, right, I'm back. Okay. Right. Quick sip of water, and then we're back here. Okie dokie. Right, let's get back to pinning this and trying to solve whatever crisis that I caused by picking it all when I really shouldn't have done that. Okay. That will not help. Maybe I should just sew up one side. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some pins in this top of the waistband here. Ooh! My laptop. I'm gonna pin this here. Also, at the event today, they gave me this really cool little thank you gift, and it's a portable charger, but it's one of those clever Apple chargers that you like to put your phone on instead of having to plug it in, which is great because I always, if I ever actually remember to bring my portable charger, you can pretty much guarantee that I will forget the cord that goes in it. So now that little issue has been circumvented, which I'm very pleased about. So shout out to Influencer for that. We love a free gift, especially a very useful one. And I'll go along here and fall in, back up from that line. Started at before. Also, I don't know if you're watching on YouTube, but if you are, please come over to Twitch and follow me on there, because at the end of this month, hopefully, I will get affiliate. But if I get affiliate, it means that I'll get paid from Twitch, which will be awesome because I could really do with the moolah. However, it means that I won't be able to live stream on YouTube at the same time, which means that I won't be live streaming on YouTube, unfortunately. But you'll still get all the re-uploads, but it just won't be the same. So make sure you come over to Twitch. But then the ultimate dream will be one day YouTube paying me a fat bag once I've taken over Twitch's platform with my little sewing tutorials. Then maybe one day YouTube would be like, please come live stream here, and I'd be like, okay, gives us some millions, please. But that is a long way off if that day ever comes. Okay, I don't know what's going on there with that difference thing. I think that is just going to be a mystery, quite like the Bermuda Triangle. Actually, I watched a video on the Bermuda. I can't speak. The Bermuda Triangle yesterday, and turns out it's not actually a mystery. It's not even the place that has the most like wrecks and disappearances and things in the world. It's all just been overly hyped up, which is a bit disappointing because we love a conspiracy theory. Back there. So I was going to try and add some pockets, but I've decided to throw them to the side, especially given that this is all going a bit tits up. So let's not try and throw pockets in. But if you did want to throw pockets in, all you would do is, let me just get a pocket. Here's one I prepared earlier. This is one I literally just cut outside, and you would literally just slip that between the layers and sew it up like that. Very simple, very easy, very nice, but we're not doing that, so throw that to the side. Okay. God, this is such a mess with trying to sew around this stand thing. Why is this looking all tapped? Oh, I think it's just the way it's weighing down the back. Right, let's have a little look what's gone on here. Oh, pull that back. Cutting board. Okay, let's have a look at the mess here. See if it really is that bad. But I thought I looked at the time then it said it had been on for 1 hour and 54 minutes. I was like, what in the hell? What in the hell? But no, I haven't messed it up quite that badly. Okay. That doesn't look too bad. That looks a hell of a lot better than it did last time. I'm going to take that as a win. However, now I need to bend this over. I'm going to take out that pin at the back because I don't know why I've pinned that so dodgily at that side. I think that was literally just to keep it in place, wasn't it? It was. Okay. Now I'm just going to fold that over like that. See, that was very theatrical. You heard my pretend Scouse accent. God, there are so many elements to this live stream. Get it all in one go. Sewing, a bit of I'm gonna say thespianism, but I don't think that's a thing. A bit of acting. We'll settle for the simple word. Let's not try and overly stretch my sleep deprived brain this evening. It's been through enough today. So I'm just gonna connect up these lines. We'll take out the pins. We'll try it back on. I think. I think. Lovely. Back to the sewing machine. I really need to make myself one of these like pin cushions for my arms. Maybe that'll be one of the little sewing projects we do at some point. Okay. Lovely jubbly. We're done with that. Oh god, bash that quickly. Right. Now I'm gonna try it on. I'll be back in a sec. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on at the same time just to check that this fits my waist as well and that my McDonald's hasn't made it a bit too snug. Okay, this is looking good. This okay. So this is the waistband here. I can sew on now. This is where the excess is. I'm happy with that, so I can cut all that off on both sides. And it looks good. Let me stand on the chair so we can get a full view. So I just need to now sew the waistband on and hem the bottoms, and then we're done. We are done. Yay! Let me just go and put my other pants on. Right, fabulous. So, turn this inside out. We're going to cut off all the excesses. And we're also going to go down each side and sew that with a small stitch because we've been doing it this whole time in a long stitch length. So we do have a bit of sewing to do, but not too much. To be honest, I might just leave the bottom uncuffed, like save myself a job. You all know how to hem. I'll talk you through it, but I'm not gonna do it. Life is too short and precious for that. But you know what? Cutting does feel nice. Cutting does. Ooh, 7 whole viewers. Hello, everyone. Does anyone want to say hello to me? Because I'm going to be sewing in a second. And that's when it's quite nice to have someone to chat to. But if you all want to hear me, that's also fine. Just happy to have you here, quite frankly. Don't need that anymore. That can piss off. Right. So we'll start off cutting off this extra bit here, making sure we're moving everything out of the way. Because we don't want into this, especially now we've come so far and we're so close to the end. We will have no tears tonight. Jaggedy scissors. I'm going to switch to the jaggedy scissors because these ones are crap. Oh, also, you know the YouTube party that I've got, not this weekend, the weekend afterwards, in London? Well, I've planned the outfit that I want to make for it out of some old suit pants. I just need to fully work out the design and work out how I'm going to do it, and then that's what I'm gonna be doing on the live streams next week, and I'm very excited because if I can pull it off, probably aside from these joggers, will be my greatest creation, and it will be absolutely sick. So we'll see. I just need to work on that design. I've only got 2 live streams next week to do it, so if I can pull that off, that would be great. Because it will be quite complicated. It might be the sort of thing where it's like I do a bit on live stream and then I do the rest. Home. Well, not at home, but off live stream. Okay, I'm gonna go to the sewing machine now, and should I cut off the top bits on here? Do you think? Do that now. I think we shall. I think we shall. Let me get that ruler that I've just put back. Oh god, too tidy for my own good. Who would have thought? Not my mum or my sister who used to share a room with me because kind of slob. Draw a line of. It's a bit wonky, that. It's a bit wonky, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna cut like 2 centimeters above that, and that way, if it is wonky, I only need a centimeter and I can sort the rest out. And then, in fact, let me I do that clever thingy like that where I stretch that out. And I line this up with one of these. This is why cutting board's great. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to line this up. And this is just to see if... that is... Does that look like it's in line to you guys? Looks good enough for me. But you know what? I'm just going to put. I've got that line there. This is where having a working rotary cutter would be excellent, but we've already established many times beggars can't be choosers. So don't just buy sewing equipment off Amazon, otherwise it will be shit. It's above that is. Can't work that out. Lovely. Oh. I've worked out what instead I could be doing that would actually be better. Maybe folding them in half. Like that. I'll lay this out on the table. Actually put it on the side where I can see what I'm cutting. If I do that. That looks planted. That should be going across there. In theory. Kind of thing that our brain just can't be coping with right now. That goes across there. Let me cut that off. I'm just going to cut that off. Snip, snip. Reason got lower on the back on this. Why? I don't know. I'm not. So, can anyone tell me why that side is significantly higher than that? Quite frankly, I'm stumped. Oh no, I just spilled pins everywhere. What am I like? What am I like? Oh. That's like up there. Now that side looks higher than that one. Oh my god, can you see what's happening here? Conspiracy. I'm going mad. Oh wait, no. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Okay. So basically, that needs to be finished sewing up. Because, as I said earlier, I need to go back to the sewing machine and reinforce all my stitches. I'm just going to do that now. Because I had it on that extra long stitch, which we don't want. But this won't take long at all. Can you guys see what's going on okay? Yep, good. And once this is sewn up, because I'm doing it in such a small stitch, we're done. This is done. This isn't being unpicked again. If it's wonky, it's wonky. Right, we're nearly at the top for this one leg. We've got the other leg to do. And then we go down the centre. One thing I realized editing the VOD is you could do like a seriously intoxicating drinking game if you did a shot every time that I say okie dokie or okay during one of my tutorials. Because that is my filler word, okie dokie or okay. My brain's like, I've got nothing to say, so I will say that instead. Okay, so that side's done. See, I just did it then. Okay, okay. Is everything okay? Right. Plug that in there. But it's so annoying because it's like, I'm tired now and I've got so much to do tomorrow before I go to Leeds. Like, I've got so much to film. And the whole reason I came to do this now was I didn't even plan to live stream. I was just like, I'm so tired. Let's just get the stuff that I need to get done for TikTok and I'll worry about anything else. Finish it off tomorrow. Whereas now, I'm like, I'm tired, I want to go to bed, but I know the second I get home I won't be able to sleep, and then I'll be stressed out about the fact that I've got no work to do. Because at least if I can't sleep, then I can do a bit of work. But because the whole hard drive issue, I don't want to edit any more VODs on that, because it'll just corrupt the file. I guess I could organise my day and the shots that I need to get done tomorrow. Oh no! Oh, the bobbin is empty! How long has that been going for? Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. That would have been my 13th reason. That would have forced me to do stuff that I can't say, otherwise it would be a breach of terms of service. So now I just have to quickly fill up this bobbin, which, you know, won't take too long. Water. Reapply my lip gloss. Okay, it's done. Lovely. What do we think of the lip gloss? Okay, fab. Right. When you start sewing, this bobbin will be the bane of your life. You'll be like, oh, I'm doing the best sewing ever. I'm really getting through my work. And then this little fucker will be empty and you realise you've actually been wasting your time. There we go. So, where were we up to before that little shit decided to empty itself? I mean, the whole point of getting this sewing machine with like this bobbin that's here, because in like older models, it's not like a front loading. So you know how I can see it there? Like in my mum's sewing machine, you have to load it in the side and you can't see it, so you've got absolutely no idea when it's going to run out. But in theory, I should have a good idea of when it's going to run out. But do I? No, do I, egg? Like, it catches me out every single time. Oh, God, where's that end gone? Trim that now, otherwise that's going to move. Okay, we finally got through that. So I should probably do the back of that, shouldn't I? Probably. Pick. Just need to unpick this bit on the crotch slightly so that I can actually sew up the back. Oh, so you know how it's Spotify Wrapped today? Turns out, in the whole of the world on Spotify, I'm in the top 0.5% of Elvis listeners. Yeah. I am just that cool. Apart from that, it was like shit pop. But this is band that I absolutely love called Lake Street Dive, and this other great artist that I love called Charlie Berg. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping that I'd be in the top of theirs, but I wasn't. So obviously they have more dedicated fans than me. Don't know who. They must be out there somewhere, besting me. So my goal for next year is to make sure I'm in the top 0.00001% of Lake Street Dive. In fact, I'd like to go and see Lake Street Dive next year, so maybe I'll set that as my target. Because next year I'd like to move out to the US. That is my goal for 2023. Does anyone else have any goals for their 2023? Have you started thinking about your New Year's resolutions, your new year, new you? Or is it just gonna be the same shit, different year? Oh, I'm like, why can't I see myself? And it's like, that's why you can't see yourself, because you've not switched over to the sewing machine. Alright, I'm sorry. But it's going back. I do love Elvis's music, but the guy was wrong and fuck me. So it's like that song Return to Sender. The basic premise of it is he keeps on sending this love note to this girl and she doesn't want to know. So she keeps on sending it back. Postman's arrived at this house and he's like, right, tomorrow I'm going to go put it in a hand myself. And then if it gets returned, then I know she doesn't want me. It's like, she sent the letter back twice. She doesn't want to see, bro. Stop being such a weird stalker. We all know how I feel about stalkers and unrequested postal gifts. Please do not send them. Very weird. Especially not things that I actually like, because then I can't enjoy them, because I'll just think about how the fact that it's weird that someone has stalked me and sent it me. Ugh. I've not been able to watch Star Trek, the original series, since. Fabulous. Oh god, I nearly got my finger caught then. That would have been a bit traumatic, wouldn't it? Right, there we go. That's one side done. Let's reinforce the other side. Alright, I'm sorry, but I let it keep coming back. Cause she doesn't want you, bro. Oh dear. Let me move this out of the way. It's getting in my way. On that side, so it's this side we're doing. Right, this is so much better actually having some space here. You guys probably won't be able to see what's going on as well, but it is what it is. That sewing was absolutely horrendous and all over the place. Now it's just the crotch thing, and then we're done with all the resewing. Thank God for that. Unthreaded itself. Why does this keep happening? Oh, also, I'm so, I told you I was watching Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Well, I finished Breaking Bad now, and I've got like 3 episodes of Better Call Saul to finish, and it was a really juicy episode that I was left on. I don't know if anyone here is watching Better Call Saul. If you are, say now or forever hold your peace, because I'm about to say some spoilers. You've got 2 seconds. In fact, I'll give you 30 seconds on the clock to say if you're watching Better Call Saul or if you plan to watch it. Because if not, I'm gonna let some spoilers loose. 30 seconds starting now. You've got 10 more seconds. Oh, Brugly, come on. I'll let you off. I'll let you off. It is a good series. Like, it gets really good towards the end. Like, really good towards the end. Have you seen Breaking Bad? I feel like they're both quite slow burners, but once you get into them, they're really good. You've never actually finished Breaking Bad. To be honest, I was a bit underwhelmed with the ending. And I watched the film afterwards that, like, there's like a film that's about Jesse. And I watched that, and that was even more underwhelming for me than the actual ending of Breaking Bad. But I'm glad I stuck it out with Better Call Saul. Have you ever seen Homelander? Now that, not Homelander, Homeland. Now that is a proper slow burner. And that was one where I watched like all 8 seasons, and it took me and my best mate, Yak with Jack, ironically, took us months, like a good 6 months to get through it, because I kept on falling asleep. So then we had to rewatch like so many episodes because I fell asleep halfway through them and then couldn't remember them. And then it got to like the very last episode, and I was like, I hadn't really got into it. Got to the very last episode, and then for like months afterwards, I couldn't stop thinking about the last episode. Which is so typical. I just want what I can't have, really. Like things like, oh, The Wire. So what's The Wire about? Right, thankfully we're done sewing all of that now. So we can just sew on the waistband, and hopefully we're done. So back to the cutting board. That's the side. I've just got a whiff of my own perfume, and it's actually really nice. Now I've trimmed off those little excess things. War on drugs in Baltimore. That does sound good. Good. I'll have to give that a watch. Okay. I'm gonna trim off the top 1 centimeter. Really? Best rated shows ever. Is it like propaganda though? Because you get some of those TV shows and they're just like cop touchy feely shows. It's like, these drug takers, these are bad, where they don't actually address any of the underlying like, social reasons. In fact, I shouldn't prejudge a series before I even watched it. But I'll add it to my list of never-ending shows. But actually, because after we finish Better Call Saul, we were like, oh, what are we gonna watch now? Oh, very critical piece of. Oh, that sounds very up my street. Very up my street. So, I will add that to my list. In fact, I'm gonna add that to my list now, so I don't forget. And by add it to my list, I mean literally just send it to my friend. He can remember for me. So what I'm just gonna do here is just chop up the extra centimeters. Slow burner, but so worth it. How many seasons has it got? Seven seasons! Oh my god, okay. That's a big commitment. So basically, I need something that'll tide me over because basically this. Because have you ever seen Succession? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, that's good. It doesn't drop off in quality because one of the things I've watched within the past year with the Man in the High Castle that started off as such an interesting concept, and then by the end they just I don't know what happened, but and this is hard to believe, but they managed to cock up the ending even worse than the writers of Game of Thrones did. And I know that is a big statement, but the ending of this one just didn't make sense at all. Like it was completely illogical. So I've got no idea what happened there. But basically, I need a TV show that's going to tide me over until the new season of Succession comes out, or like a month before that, because I need to rewatch Succession. And then also about a similar time, literally the best series I've ever watched. It's so funny. It's called The Great. It's about Catherine the Great. It's so funny. That has a new season coming out, so I'm going to rewatch seasons ones and twos, season 1 and 2 of that as well. So I need a few things to entertain me until then. So I'm just going to chop off all these excess bits here. But The Great is so funny. I highly recommend. It's like loosely based Ozark. No, well, kind of. So I so a million years ago in another life, back in lockdown, I had a boyfriend. I know, shocking, shocking, but I did. And we started watching that together, and he was really into it, and I was not. I found it so boring. But then my dad watched it, and he was really into it. So I think I might need to give that another go because everyone was like, it's really, really good. So maybe I'll have to give Ozark another go, another try of things. Just going to quickly sew this up here because I've managed to cut off the end of it and that will make life hard for me. So I'm going to pull off this sewing table here if I can. Now, oh, yeah. Ah! I don't know if you heard that big crash, but it was quite a big crash indeed. Where's that end gone? Okay, so I'm just sewing this bit up here just because I don't want it to come undone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did you think of Ozark? Okay. Fabulous. You loved it? Really? Was it like, did you enjoy it from the day one, or did you find it a bit of a slow burner? Because my dad was hooked from like the day dot, but I just think I probably wasn't in the right headspace at the time to be able to enjoy it and get into it. Okay, so moment of truth. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, so I've got the waistband here. The trousers are already inside out. I'm gonna turn this waistband inside out, and then I'm going to literally just place it around there like that. But actually, I'm gonna place it inside, making sure that the back of that is aligned there like that. And I'm gonna put a pin there. Definitely starts a little slow, but once you get invested, it's great. Okay, I'll give it another go on your recommendation, Brugly. But if it's shit, you will be held responsible. I'm like the mess then. I will give you shit for it if it is shit. Will be held blame. Okay. So hopefully that means by the time I pin this round, we should get to the centre right between these little hoopy things. She says, she hopes, she prays. You'll take that risk, okay. Once I work out how to do, I'm sure within this Twitch platform there is like a emote of shame emote or some kind of punishment tool, and that will be used against you if I waste time watching those and it's shit. In fact, do you know what you can do? You can actually do watch parties on, oh no, Ozark's on Netflix, isn't it? I was thinking you can do on here, you can do watch parties if it's on Prime. Well, it came up as an option. So maybe I'll have to find a good series that's on Amazon Prime and then watch it. Oh, one thing I have just watched on Prime is Rings of Power. Is anyone in here into Lords of the Rings? Lord of the Rings? I did enjoy that. Did very much enjoy that. But that got a lot of backlash for all the wrong reasons. It was like, God forbid there should be a black hobbit or a black dwarf. And also people were like, oh, female dwarves have beards. She had a beard, she had sideburns. Just not a lot of it. And also, at that point, we're talking about Harfoots. We're not even properly into Hobbit territory yet because they're like a predecessor of Hobbits, of the Hobbit clan that we see in Lord of the Rings. So it's like, if that's thousands of years before, maybe they developed their. The first episode didn't really grab you. No, I was one of them where I think I fell asleep during the first episode actually, but I got more into it. Have you not seen the rest of it? Did you give up on the first episode? If so, I highly recommend finishing to the end. It was one of those where I finished it and I was like, where's the second series? And it had only just come out, so I've got a long time to be waiting for that one. Long time. Let's see. Is this looking like... Oh no, it looks like it's going to be off-centre. So, I obviously want this to be on centre at the front more so than I do at the back. So I'm just going to unpick that and make sure that it's pinned at the centre first. I recommend going back to it. I definitely recommend going back to it. What other new shows have come out recently? Oh, House of the Dragon. That came out. Have you watched that? Loved House of the Dragon. It's interesting. I've heard people say that people that watched House of the Dragon and watched Lord of the Rings said they reckon that the Rings of Power got off to a quicker start than. Wait, I've it's a good job that I've unpinned this, so I've just realised I've done it wrong. Okay, so let me think about this logistically. I want this to open up with that, like that. So, in fact, no, I had pinned it right. Oh, I'm doubting my own abilities here. First time I've done that, to be honest. Yeah, I loved House of Dragon. I'm so excited for season 2. The acting was so good in it, do you not think? I think the guy that played King Viserys, was it King Viserys? I don't know, I think it was. But do you reckon he'll get like is it an Emmy? Is the Emmy like the TV show Oscar? But do you reckon he'll get one of them? I'm just also, once I pinned it on, I'm just going to check that that is central. Looks pretty central to me. Oh, have you also seen? If you, I'm guessing you watched Game of Thrones. If you watch House of the Dragon, but apparently some pictures got released of pregnant Daenerys, and people were obviously not happy because that makes the butchering even worse. That Jon Snow killed his own kid as well as his auntie slash lover. But then again, House of the Dragon, everyone was shipping Rhaenyra and Daemon, who was obviously niece and oh, very odd. But better than brother and sister, which we know that House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones is not above. Go around and finish pinning this waistband. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Rhaenyra and Daemon as well. Everyone was, but that's the thing. They're doing like a soft launch of incest and making it acceptable. But then I saw this TikTok thing, and you have to pretend everything you see on TikTok is bullshit. But apparently, 80% of human marriages throughout history have been between like first cousins and closer or something, or like cousins and closer. I don't know if it's first cousins. Right. Why everyone's got blue eyes because they're all incesty. But it's funny how that Kristen Cole became like the incel, the king of the incels, Andrew Tate of the House of the Dragon universe. When he's like, all women reflect the mother, and then he calls her a spoilt "see you next Tuesday" to Rhaenyra just because he was like, "Give up your throne for me," and she was like, "No, you absolute weirdo. We did bits once. Why would I marry you and give up my throne?" And he was like, "Oh, what was me? Poor me." And now he's. Do you reckon he's? Do you reckon he's having an affair with Alicent? Because that's a theory that's been floating around. But I'm not sure because she seems quite pious, and so does he. I've soiled my white cloak. Like, oh bloody hell. Also, I feel like we were really robbed of seeing the Harwin Strong romance. Oh, you don't think they're already having a romance? Because do you know that? So, if anyone else is watching as hasn't seen House of the Dragon yet, you're about to get spoilers. So you've got 30 seconds to declare now, or I'm gonna let the House of the Dragon spoilers get released. Okay, your 30 seconds starts now because I know there's a slight delay on the live stream. Okay. There's a slight bunching in fabric. That's okay. We're just gonna that ever so slightly around the waistband. Yeah, I think that is done. Okay, dokie. Oh, that was the wrong place to redistribute. I needed that bit in place. Me. Right, I really cocked that up. For God's sake, what is wrong with you? Okay, you've had your 30 seconds now. In fact, you had a minute. But so you know when Eamon had the incident with the other children, and he was like, "Where were you?" Um, where was Kristen Cole? Where was he? Because he certainly wasn't protecting the princes. So what was he doing instead? Because we all know that he wasn't protecting Rhaenyra's bedchambers, shall we say? But was he protecting Alicent's bedchambers in the same way that he used to protect what's it called? Yeah, interesting, interesting. And she's not above getting her toes out for that creepy weirdo. Also, have you seen the theories about what's he called? The creepy guy that the strong brother, you know, the one that burned down Harrenhal. Have you heard the theories about him? I watched a really cool YouTube video on it. Right. Now we can go to the sewing machine now that is all pinned on. And we can sew it on and we're done. Who would have thought? 2 hours later. And I was like, oh, this will be half an hour stream max. As usual. I have no concept of timing. Oh, you've not seen any theories? Okay. So, I don't want to butcher this, but so you'll notice that in the scenes where he's like talking over, but you can't see him in the scene, there'll be like rats running around. So they reckon he's like, you know how Bran was a skin changer or whatever it's called. So they reckon that he's one as well. And also, there's a scene where he's not in the shot, but you can hear him talking to Alicent, where she's at the weirwood, and the weirwood's crying, and the weirwoods only cry when they're being used. They reckon that he's a skin changer, one of the magic people, and he's been using the weirwood to spy on Alicent and spy on everything else, which is how he knew that Rhaenyra had been at the brothel. Yeah, very, very cool. Very, very cool. Because otherwise they're just setting him up to be like a plain like a Varys or like a Littlefinger, and we've had a Varys and a Littlefinger. So I think he's magic too. Which certainly heightens the stakes. Heightens the stake even thing or sweetens the stakes. I don't know. I don't know. But I like watching those interesting little fan tidbits there. Oh, another good series that I've watched recently is The Boys. Have you seen The Boys? That is really good. Really good. But their new season only came out this summer, so we'll be waiting a while for that, unfortunately. Well, apparently it's like a spin-off show coming for The Boys. That's on Amazon. We could watch that on the Amazon watch thing. That would. Oh no! In fact, no, you definitely couldn't do that. That'd be like terms of service throughout. There's like every kind of terms of service breach. It would be for The Boys. You've seen it. It's so good, isn't it? I wanted to do an outfits inspired by, but I never got around to it. It's so good because I've got the perfect dress. If I was gonna do like a outfits inspired by, it's like literally like a little yellow and white one. I was like, that is so Starlight. Okay, I'm like, are we not done yet? We nearly are. We're nearly at the end. Yeah, so there's this really cool guy. I'll have to remember what his name is, and I'll find it for the next stream. But he did a really cool outfits inspired by his editing's just sick. So Mother's Milk would be like a really easy one because like I have like a grey shirt and like a grey top, and I just have to get like a chain necklace, and then I think some cargos is what he wears or something. Frenchie would be really easy because it's just like a parka. Maeve's the hardest one. Like I don't really have anything that's like maroon, so I'd struggle with Maeve. I've got loads of things that are like red and blue, so it'd be easy to do Homelander. Billy Butcher, oh my god, the perfect thing for Billy Butcher because I've got like a black leather trench, so I could do the perfect Billy Butcher, like the perfect Billy Butcher. And I've got like a shirt that he'd definitely wear that I inherited off one of my ex-boyfriends. But one of my ex-boyfriends that we actually like. He's a good dude. He's my friend now. So it was like I have his clothes because he gave them to me like years after we broke up as like a friend. Like, you like vintage clothes, you can have this, rather than like me stealing it when I was a teenager. The distinction is important. But apart from that, Starlight would be easy. I'm trying to think who else is there. A-Train. That would be a fairly easy one to do. Now I've got the song in my head. It's like, Fat Brad Freddy told me everybody's fly. DJ Fresh and I said, my. Flash is fast. Flash is cool. Have you seen the Vought Instagram account, like the actual Instagram account they've set up for it? It's really cool. It's such clever marketing. If you've not seen it, go and have a look on Instagram now. Oh god, I've just realised that I've sewn this on at the wrong distance. So I'm gonna have to re-sew it back on. Silly me. Right, I'm gonna turn this inside out and just double check what that looks like. Oh my god, it looks fabulous! It looks so cool! Right, I'm just gonna sew that back on it. In fact, I'm gonna try it on first, double check that it's all okay, and then I'll sew it back on properly. But we're so nearly done! Okay, let me take this jumper off so you can see. Like the highest waisted joggers in the world. But what do we think? Oh, cool! Ooh, I'm just thinking, actually, I might move the waistband down, like a few centimeters. What do we think? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna sew it. I'm also gonna sew it on the other way around because you can't really see there, but this was where the hoodie had like the pouch bit of the hoodie unpicked. So I'm gonna move it round down like how many centimeters? Yeah, I'm gonna move it down 2 centimeters and I'm gonna switch it to the other side. good thing I checked that before I sewed it back on. Oh, thank you. Do you know what? They do look great. I'm proud of myself. It has taken me 3 streams and like 9 hours. But we got there. In fact, it's probably been over 9 hours. But it does not matter. Not matter. So what other good series have you watched? I'm trying to think what other good series I even watched recently. But what good series have you watched recently? Have you ever seen Succession? I highly recommend that. That's really good. So I'm going to make a little mark here. Dip into the seam allowance. Just so I know that this is the side that I want to be the front. Ooh. It's a good job that I accidentally got that wrong and sewed it on a 5cm one. Upright recently. What's upright about? I've never heard of that. Oh, she was so talented, like so talented. The Alcock in House of the Dragon. So what does she play in Upright? Actually, people have been watching Tim Burton's just done his own version of the Addams Family, hasn't he? Wednesday, like a series. Mal the Australian Kid. Oh, I'll add that to your list as well. The Upright. But I'm quite intrigued to try that Addams Family. Addams Family show. Wednesday. It's got Brienne of Tarth plays actually plays like a what's it called? Like a headmistress. She looks absolutely stunning in all the pictures that I've seen. It was really nice in one of the interviews. She said that it's the first time she's ever felt beautiful on screen. I was like, bless you, Gwendolyn. You absolute sweetie. She seems like just a genuinely nice person. Bless her. But if you haven't seen Succession, it's really good. It's about like what's that guy that owns like all the like pretty much all the media shit? Name Hancock, someone. Something Hancock, I feel like his name. Murdoch. No, Rupert Murdoch. There you go. I think it's a long way off, but I think that's him. Rupert Murdoch. Does that sound about right? I think it's based on him. His supposedly. I don't know, but it's about this really real wealthy family and how fucked up it is. But they're like the richest family in the world and they own like media companies and all the shit. And actually another good one. So these are both HBO ones, and I don't know what it is with HBO, but they always manage to, like they always start really good series and then manage to fuck it up, whether or not it's through poor timing or God knows what. Have you seen Westworld? Westworld was such a sick concept, and they could have done so much with it, but they rushed it and they fucked it up. I'm definitely not filming any videos after this. I'm definitely going to go home and get some. But I think looking forward to it. I really need to sort my sleep schedule out, but I don't even know where to begin. But to be honest, I think after this weekend, I don't have many things where I'll be expected to get up before a certain time. So hopefully that I can just get back to my usual, well, my new usual streaming sleep late and I get up late. Because literally before I started streaming and before I went to Lisbon, I had my shit together. Like I was actually sleeping at night, like I had a good routine. Then I started streaming and it all went tip top. I've realised that I need a regimen in order to function and exist properly. A fully functioning human being. Without that, I'm a man. So just unpicking the waistband here. And then I think I'm going to move it down way more than 2 centimetres, maybe like 4. Like the sort of thing where I have to take it. Apart from Succession Westworld, what else? There will have been loads of things that I've watched. I just can't remember. Mainly because I fall asleep while I'm nightmare. And I think it's mainly because I've been feel like I spent ages watching Better Call Saul and then ages watching Breaking Bad because that is like a long get through that. Like they're all in the same kind of like they're part of the same storyline, the same multiverse kind of same universe. So it is kind of the same. But I think I actually will watch Better Call Saul. They're not to rewatch the Better Call Saul and it not to, which is crazy because if you told me that when I first started watching that, I'd be like, definitely not. Oh no, I've not. So I watched a bit of So I watched Star Wars for the first time during lockdown. I also watched Lord of the Rings for the first time during lockdown. But I got on a lot more with Lord of the Rings than I did Star Wars. And when I told my friend, he was like, yeah, you're only a true Star Wars fan if you think Star Wars is shit and you hate Star Wars. I was like, oh, I must be a true fan then. It's not that I hate it, I don't know, I was just very underwhelmed considering how much it gets like raved about. And actually, I did watch The Mandalorian, but that's another one that I kind of like semi slept through, but I wasn't really that invested because I was asleep. So I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, but I'll give it a go. I'll add it to the list. Really so. What did you? So I haven't seen. So I've seen episodes 1 to 6, but I've not seen like 7, 8, 9, and all them. But apparently everyone hated them. Like really hated them. What was your opinion on them? Right, finally unpicked that. It's like 15 minutes. Oh my god! I said finally unpicked it. I've not even freaking finished unpicking it. Oh, you think the people hate it are just hating for the sake of it because they're not exactly the same as the originals? Oh, interesting. Interesting. So, what did you think? So, did you for episodes 1 to 3 or 4 to 6? What is your preference on them? So, what I'm going to do now, because I'm going to bring that down like 4 centimeters. Oh, really? Like that kind of the same reason people were hating on Lord of the Rings, really, just like anti-woke on merit. Not by 3.5 centimeters. Slightly adjust that angle. Yeah, I think but I think they were it's almost like they were 1 to 3 were almost like written for audiences than for when I watched them, that's the kind of impression that I got. Like 1 to 1 to 3 would definitely seem to be like more kids films rather than 4 to 6 seem more like adulty. That was my interpretation of them anyway, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a big Star Wars fan, so I could have got that completely wrong. Unplug that laptop charger, give me one last thing to trip over. So I watched them 4 to 6, 1 to 3. So in the order that they actually came out. Would you say that is the right order? So because I'm gonna bring that down, I'm just gonna. Oh, interesting. Okay, so first time watching. So maybe I'll have to have a Game of Thrones, Star Wars marathon, and I will watch them in chronological order. So because I'm bringing this down, I'm just gonna reinforce the stitches so that doesn't come apart. Oh god, when I trim off that excess. So reinforce that one, and not yet reinforced that one. So measure 3.5 centimeters down on there. That is not going anywhere. So, would you reckon if I did a Star Wars marathon to include episodes 7 to 9, or just to go one to just to go one to stick to the original, well, semi originals? Okay, I'm gonna trim off the excess. So tired now. Oh, dance, dance. Oh, definitely include it. Okay, that is gonna be that's gonna have to be a multiple job. I tried to do a Lord of the Rings marathon, and as per usual, shock horror, I fell asleep during that. My problem was just keeping me awake long enough to watch stuff. Oh shit. So I'm just cutting off the access on here. I did a marathon with mate. We watched episodes 1 to 9 with the other ones like Solo and Rogue One. Oh my god, how long did that take you? That must have been like days, surely. That is a hefty time investment. Too long, yeah. That is an impressive commitment though. I'll give you that. That is very wonky. I'll just cut that one. Oh, we did it when episode 9 came out, so we finished by watching. Oh my god, that is intense. That is intense. I'm just like, oh, I can't hack that. I cannot hack that. I didn't even realize episodes 7 to 9 actually went into the cinema. I thought it was like a Disney Plus release. So was 7 to 9 released over like years then? Because I thought it was like a Disney Plus release and they all got released at once, but who knows? I'm oblivious, as we've established. Okay, right. Ready to pin this waistband on. Oh, 1 year around Christmas. Fair enough. Of course, he did it at Christmas, just in time to flog all the merch and souvenir things as Christmas presents. Smart move. I see what you've done there. You won't be fooling me. Okay, so this side is the one we want. It's the front. It's the posh scene. It's the busiest I've ever seen it. The posh cinema. It's not the Savoy in Hitamora, is it? Because that's posh cinema. Like when people say posh cinema, that's what I think. I think Savoy. More. Okay. No, no. Yes, it is very posh at the Savoy. Very posh. Every man. Oh yeah, they are posh. They have like lean back chairs and stuff. One of them in the centre top four. oblivious. So I have to turn this inside out again. So it's nice sides facing in. How you remember it. So if I want this to be the front, then that needs to be there like that. So in the midpoint of them, okay, we're on the home stretch now. For like the 5th time. But I pinned that in wrong because if we want to put it into the sewing machine. Oh. Not been to the cinema in ages. I feel like there are a few things that I wanted to watch. Like I used to be really into watching Marvel films, but I've not seen one in like years. I don't think I've watched one since Endgame. No, that's a lie. I've seen the Immortals. I saw Immortals like a year ago. They're good. But I feel like there've been loads of films released since then that I've not seen. Actually, I've seen Shang-Chi as well. I've still not seen the Black Widow movie, which I think is a bit of a crime. I need to watch that. And actually, I have watched WandaVision as well. In fact, now I've watched loads of Marvel films, just not any of the new ones. I wouldn't say I've watched any this in the past 6 months. I've definitely not watched any. So I need to, yeah. But also, Marvel's very good for cosplay, which is something that I want to get into. I really liked. I liked WandaVision. I liked the way they put it together. Oh, and I watched the Loki series, but I've not seen any of the films. But I feel like anything that they were going to do after Endgame was going to feel a bit underwhelming. I feel like oh hello my love, how are you? Also, we have to do a big shout out to Dr. Asmain because in the past week he has gone, and you'll have to correct me as to what it's currently up to. You went from 600 followers, and the last time I checked, you were on like 50k, and I'm sure you're probably nearly like 60k now. So let us know where you're up to because it is absolutely mad. But it was only a matter of time. And it's funny because we met at this YouTube event and I was speaking to these other content creators, Live the Dash, who are a married couple and they are so lovely. And we were both saying like, we cannot believe that you don't have like a crazy big audience. And now you do. But it's only going to grow even bigger. I'm honestly so proud of you. Oh my god, 15.7! That is crazy. Yeah, I reckon you'll be at 60k before tomorrow, easily. Easily. Yeah, so nice. Yeah, Loki was really good. I did like Loki. Have you chosen your outfit for the Christmas party yet? I'm guessing you're gonna wear a suit, a very smart suit. What did you think of WandaVision, Brutally? I realised I was just completely off screen. I bought a blue collar suit, collar shirt, new belt, and shoes. Oh, very nice. I can't wait to see what you look like. I'm sure you look very smart. Yeah, I liked WandaVision because I love anything retro. So the beginning where it was like switching through like eras, very much into that. Okie dokie, final stretch, guys. How many times a live stream do I say that? Even though it's not. But confusing at the start, but yeah, it was it because no one really knew what was going on at the start, but I think it was kind of good in that way. But I think it was good for people that hadn't really watched any of the MCU before that, because I heard loads of people say that they watched that for like the first ever Marvel thing and really enjoyed it. So maybe that was their like purpose. They wanted to kind of branch out a bit out the existing fan base. Yeah, I liked WandaVision. I thought Loki and Moon Knight were pretty. Do you know what? I've not seen Ms. Marvel and I've not seen Moon Knight, so maybe I'll have to watch them. But do you know what? I like Shang-Chi because I like shows that are like I like my mystical and like semi historical shows. Like I'm a bit nerdy in that kind of way. So that kind of filled that kind of ticked that box for me. Like in theory, that's a lot more up my street than like superheroes is. Anything that's like history related. I've not seen Thor: Love of Thunder. Apparently that got mixed reviews, shall we say. And is there a new Guardians of the Galaxy made that's come out, or have I made that up? I probably made that up. Is there a volume 3? Because if so, I've not seen it. Volume 3 is planned. I think they're doing a Christmas special. Hmm. Interesting. What do you guys think of Disney Plus as like a service, like compared to Netflix? What's your opinion on it? Do you think it's worth the money? Oh god, I just sewed through a pin. Do not do that. Yeah. Yeah, volume 3 coming out 5th of May, the 5th of May 2023. Okay. Time flies so quickly that we're like out tomorrow. Yeah, to be honest, I do love Disney stuff. I've not watched anything on the Disney Plus service for ages. The last thing, and I did quite like watching some of their Nat Geo stuff because, as I said, I'm a bit of a history nerd. So I watched one on. They were trying to find out where Atlantis would have been based, and that was really interesting. And then one where they were trying to find the tomb of Alexander the Great. I'd like to watch some of them documentary kind of things on stream sometime. I'll have to find some interesting ones on YouTube. Right, fabulous. Star Wars Andor has been absolutely radar, but possibly. Really? We were just talking about Star Wars a second ago. Okay, guys, I think we're done. I think we're done. Let me try them on and we will see. Oh, what is that? Weird. Okay, we're not done. I managed to miss off a section of the waistband. Don't know how I did that, but I did. So let me quickly sew that on. Oh dear. Ooh, Star Wars Andor. Oh, there's something Star Wars related that Brugly hasn't seen. I'm shocked. You've been out Star Wars fan. Because they've also got The Simpsons on there as well now, haven't they? Bloody everything. Right, so I'm gonna have to unpick this now. I don't know how I managed to miss out this section. Back to answer. Going. The universe just wants to keep awake. Yeah, our in-house Star Wars expert has been bested. Let down the team. It's okay, because as I said, I'm not live streaming this weekend, so you have till Tuesday to catch up. Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad. They have like a monopoly. It'd be good if they could get the HBO stuff in the UK, because I don't know. Oh, the only place you can get the HBO stuff is Now TV, and oh my god, they are the absolute worst. And trying to cancel your Now TV subscription, don't even get me started. Nearly put me in an early grave and definitely caused me grey hairs. They are thieving bastards, if you ask me. And I had several Karen-y rants to the customer service people. Because every time I freaking tried to cancel my subscription, I'd get charged again. I'm like, how the fuck has that happened? They're like, you didn't make it to the end of the page. I was like, why does it take 6 pages to try and cancel my subscription? Just let me cancel. And then we wouldn't be having this problem. But no, they try and trick you to staying on. So, because they know no one in their right mind is going to pay for their shitty service. But you can't even watch it on a browser. You have to like download a player. Oh god, it's absolutely crap. Yeah, Sky Go. But the thing is, Now TV is owned by Sky, and it's almost like they make the service so bad that you pay for Sky just to get away from them. But it was to the point where you'd get a better quality and an easier experience watching it off a pirated site than you would do paying for Now TV. Oh my god, yes. You need to watch the fight. You are so lucky that you weren't here in the chat earlier because we were throwing around spoilers like nobody's business before about House of the Dragon. You're very lucky you missed that. Right, I think I'm nearly done. I can't believe that you've left it this long without finishing the last episode of Master Dragon. Have you watched any good series recently apart from Star Wars, the Disney Plus ones? Because I need some series recommendations. I'm a little tweezed gone. You keep a running list of all the series I'm watching on IMDb. How many series have you got on the go at the moment? Like 10. Right, back to the sewing machine for hopefully the final time. I'm starting to get a tired headache now. I can't cope. Which is the best way to sew this? Do we think? Probably 10. Not like it. Yeah, that's so true. How are you managing doctoring and content creatoring and what the fuck? How have I managed to miss out that section again? Why do these things keep happening to me? Right. I'm just gonna have to sew it from this side. Okay, that looks like it's about to fall off again, so I'm just gonna quickly read over that bit. I swear to God, these better be the most world's comfiest joggers, or I'm done. Done. Okay. Right. Now, I should actually be done. Let's see if this is threatening to fall apart. Oh. Looking good. It's looking good. Okay, let me disappear and reappear in 2 seconds with Oh, that looks so much better. Oh, I'm so glad we lowered the waistband because it looks so much better. Let me stand on a chair so you can see. Ta-da! We're done! What do we think? What do we think? Why does that feel like it's about to fall out? Oh, yeah, we're done. Snip out that excess thread there. Yeah, the waist looks so, like, do you know what? They are so comfy. And they're nice and they're flattering as well. Ah. And I love like wide joggers like this because like when you're just having like a comfy day at home and then you realise you need something from the supermarket or you need to go and pick up something from the post office or something, you can slip these over the top of your pyjamas and then no one knows you're in pyjamas but you're out in public. Oh, thank you for sticking with for the long slog. We're finished! We're done! Thank you so much for joining me for this final instalment of the 3-part joggers thing. My brain is absolutely melted now, as you can tell. But thankfully there were no nip slips, accidental streaking, accidental flashing this time. So this VOD will actually stay online. So if you missed any of it and you want to watch the rest of it, you can do. But are we proud? Are we happy? Woo! So the next project, next week, I'm going to turn some men's suit trousers into my dress for the YouTube Shorts Christmas party, where I'll be seeing the good doctor himself. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So I need to go away, I need to design it, I need to work out how I'm going to do it, and then on Tuesday we're going to actually start doing it. And then in between then, in fact, I might have a spontaneous live stream on Wednesday to get the work done. Because I can't leave it all to Thursday night because I've got to get the train really early Friday morning up to London for the event. So it might be a case of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. We will see. We will see. But thank you so much for joining me, my lovely friends, and I will see you on Tuesday. Thank you. Bye.